airs out. Think about it, when you ran track in high school and you ran the mile per time, you know, and you're going as hard as you can, the thing everybody does, they're gasping, their cells are just seeking that oxygen. So this airs out, literally has no water, nothing to it, for 15 minutes. And so it gets a huge infusion of oxygen, so it makes it grow so much faster. So it gets air, water, air, water. Uh-huh.
So what do you have to do? Like, really water every day?
No, well, it depends. In the wintertime, November, December, January, I didn't fill them up at all because it's cold. But plants have something called evapotranspiration, meaning they sweat just like people do. And it's part of their protection mechanism. So in the summertime, obviously, they're going to let out more, they're going to sweat more. So there's a little thing right here. You just add water and you're good to go. And yeah, it needs to be just, you know, just under the rim right here. Yeah. And so look at the size of these leaves. This is about a month old. Yeah, what's that? Oh, yeah. No, not to say that I haven't gotten them, and you know what? Who knows the mind of an aphid? It's just sometimes they'll, you know, once in a while I'll get them, you know, and I'll do it organically. I'll do garlic spray.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I noticed your plants look really good. I mean, it's like you don't have animals coming into your yard, or I mean, because in most places people, you know, there are various animals that like these types of vegetation, and
well,
how do you keep your?
We have raccoons that come. We have Ellie Mae. I don't know if anybody's seen her lately. She's our peacock, but she's around. She's floating around somewhere. She might be on a roof, but yeah, she stays here. This is her home. Things just do better, I think, with this type of growing. Now, imagine if you're in a wheelchair. Let's say you just don't walk anymore. You're in a wheelchair for whatever reason, accident or age or what have you, and you were an avid gardener. Well, now, you know, we built a stand with this right here, and you know, just kind of a pretty stand just to make it look pretty. But imagine if this was on the ground, you were in a wheelchair, you'd be able to garden again. The only thing that's required of this, besides water, is you have to harvest. If you don't harvest, it'll go to seed. Actually, this one, that right there. Let me just pull this off. That's a lettuce that wasn't eaten as salad. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna bolt. You see the seeds right there. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna bolt.
That's still edible.
Oh yeah, it is absolutely. Yeah. So and it's nutrient dense. It's a tons more nutrient dense than anything else out there. Now this is somebody sent me a link to this. This is called a garden tower project, and this is sort of a knockoff of this, but this is soil. And so the idea is you plant all these things here, and then it's not as water efficient as that because it doesn't actually save the water. But well, we'll see. I'm going to get it planted. We got the soil in
Is
today.
that the worm one? The one where you put compost
Yeah,
in
you
the
can
middle?
put compost in the middle. Yeah. So that you put compost right here, earthworms, and they kind of do their thing. And it's a kind of it's called a garden tower.
Is that expensive?
Yeah, good night.
Oh, I think they're about $500, $600.
So it's about the same as the tower.
Yeah, they're about the same as tower. Thing is, this will save you about 95% water over a traditional soil garden. So I imagine this will use a lot more water.
Where do you put the water on that one?
Just right here, this is all soil right
Oh,
here.
the top, okay.
Yeah, so the top part, and it just kind of billows down, wicks through.
But this one right here, you need power, right?
Right. So you do need power. It's a 20-watt pump, which is about $8 a year. So in terms of, you know, $8, I mean, people.
Efficiency for it,
Yeah, people spend that on yogurt. You have power this for a whole year. Somebody has something called a rolling planter, and that's what this is right here. It's supposed to be a soil garden, but I got the bright idea of plugging up the holes in the back, and then I actually have fish in here, and so this is called aquaponics, where I feed the fish, and then the fish do their thing, they produce ammonia, and then the ammonia feeds the plants over here. That's basil, lettuce, and so this is one of my earlier systems. I have little tiny fish called gambusias. This is I call it the pyramid garden. This is just, it's one of my very early experiments. But I kept it just to show everybody. Last year my celery got, got up to here, it was actually touching here, it was just overwhelming, just gigantic. In fact, look at this.
Wow.
Whoop. Okay, I better put that back, okay. I'm balancing this whole thing here, so. Okay, here's broccoli, that's the broccoli, you want to see it already. And then I replanted a whole bunch of stuff there. Let's go over, okay, yeah, this one here, this is called a foodie system.